Carl Reiner, longtime comedy legend, dies at 98. Carl Reiner, longtime comedy legend, dies at 98 by Todd Leopold and Lisa Rispers, France. CNN updated 24:39 GMT, 0839 HKT, July 1, 2020. Beverly Hills, CA, April 29. Carl Reiner holds a copy of his new book, I Remember Me, along with the audience at the Comedy Central #ComedyFest kickoff with Mel Brooks, Carl Reiner, and Judd Apatow at the Paley Center for Media on April 29, 2013 in Beverly Hills, California. Photo by Gerard Harris/Getty Images for Viacom. A Mississippi state flag flies outside the Capitol in Jackson, Miss, Thursday, June 25, 2020. Athletic coaches and their staffs from the state and #39 public universities held a joint news conference and called for a change in the Mississippi state flag. Additionally, several head coaches met with both the Lieutenant Governor and Speaker Philip Gunn, as well as their lawmakers, to lobby for the change. The current flag has in the Canton portion of the banner the design of the Civil War-era Confederate battle flag, that has been the center of a long-simmering debate about its removal or replacement. AP photo/Rogelio V. Solis, Mississippi governor signs bill to retire flag with Confederate emblem. White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany answers questions during a press briefing at the White House, Tuesday, June 30, 2020, in Washington. WH Press Secretary responds to accusations against Trump. Elderly man pushed by police in Buffalo, New York. Fair use per RACIC. GOP senators dodge questions on Trump conspiracy. Tweet a general view of the White House in Washington, D.C., on April 27, 2020 amid the coronavirus pandemic. Today, known deaths from COVID-19 surpassed 200,000 globally, while across America some states have begun reopening their economies as the total number of confirmed American cases nears 1 million. Graham Sloan/SIPA USA, SIPA via AP Images. Paycheck Protection Program stops issuing new loans. U.S. Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden speaks on June 30, 2020, in Wilmington, Delaware. Biden on Trump, our wartime president has surrendered. Fossey, coronavirus cases could go up to 100,000 per day. And European Union, EU, flag flutters in front of a newly hung banner that reads Coronavirus Global Response in front of the EU Commission building in Brussels, on May 6, 2020. The EU forecast on May 5, 2020, that the Eurozone economy would contract by a staggering 7.7% in 2020, warning the wreckage from the coronavirus outbreak could endanger the single currency. Calling it a recession of historic proportions, the EU executive said the 19-member single currency zone would rebound by June 3% in 2021, but in a recovery that would be felt unevenly across the continent. Photo by Kenzo Tribollard/AFP. Photo by Kenzo Tribollard/AFP via Getty Images. EU excludes U.S. citizens from visiting amid pandemic. In this photo taken on June 6, 2019, a U.S. military Chinook helicopter lands on a field outside the governor and #39's palace during a visit by the commander of U.S. and NATO forces in Afghanistan, General Scott Miller, and Asadullah Khalid, acting Minister of Defense of Afghanistan, in Maidan Shar, capital of Wardak Province. A skinny tangle of razor wire snakes across the entrance to the Afghan army checkpoint, the only obvious barrier separating the soldiers inside from any Taliban fighters that might be nearby. Photo by Thomas Watkins/AFP, /to go with and #39, Afghanistan conflict military us focus and #39, by Thomas Watkins. Photo credit should read Thomas Watkins/AFP/Getty Images. McEnany, no consensus in intel community on Russian bounty report. Beverly Hills, CA, April 29. Carl Reiner holds a copy of his new book, and #39, I Remember Me and #39, along with the audience at the Comedy Central #ComedyFest kickoff with Mel Brooks, Carl Reiner, and Judd Apatow at the Paley Center for Media on April 29, 2013 in Beverly Hills, California. Photo by Gerard Harris/Getty Images for Viacom. These are Carl Reiner's biggest movies and TV shows. Confederate statues. Racist tributes. Capitol Hill. Surfati DNTCTNVPX_00003307. Capitol Hill grapples with Confederate statues amid protests. Ron DeSantis 06302020. CNN. My idol, Carl Reiner, wrote about the human comedy, wrote Dick Van Dyke. He had a deeper understanding of the human condition than I think even he was aware of. Kind, gentle, compassionate, empathetic and wise. His scripts were never just funny, they always had something to say about us. His talent will live on for a long time, but the loss of his kindness and decency leaves a hole in our hearts, Alan Alda wrote. Reiner's ongoing routine with fellow comedian and director Mel Brooks, The 2000-Year-Old Man, which began in the 1950s, was immortalized on several comedy albums. The act, about a reporter who interviews a 2000-year-old man about life, is still memorized and repeated by comedians past and present, beloved for its fast-paced humor, absurd twists and obvious camaraderie between the pair. But unlike Brooks, who was often the center of attention in whatever he was doing, Reiner preferred to play straight man or work behind the scenes. He had a hand in many Dick Van Dyke Show scripts and occasionally popped up as a supporting character, grouchy TV host Alan Brady. He had a run as a movie director with such films as Oh, God! 1977, and The Jerk, 1979. Brooks praised him for his comic intelligence. The real engine behind The 2000-Year-Old Man is Carl, not me. I'm just collecting the fares, he told the AV Club. People should know that he's the most important one in the act. Reiner believed in spreading the laughs even if he was the butt of the joke, he wrote in his memoir, An Anecdotal Life. Inviting people to laugh with you while you are laughing at yourself is a good thing to do, he wrote. You may be a fool, but you're the fool in charge. How he got his start. Reiner was often the fool in charge throughout his career, though few people would describe him as a fool. More like an innovator. He was born in the Bronx on March 20, 1922. According to his autobiography, his father was a watchmaker, his mother a homemaker, and young Reiner wanted to be an actor. The shy teenager got a needed push when his older brother suggested joining a Depression-era acting class. Corners me, I'm like a trapped rat and I spring at him something insane, and that busts him up. The Dick Van Dyke Show, Your Show of Shows, ran from 1950 to 54, and Reiner continued with Caesar on Caesar's Hour from 1954 to 1957. After writing a novel, 1958's Enter Laughing, Reiner created his own show. The original version, Head of the Family,